Hi everyone, welcome back to DIY with Dewey. So today we are going to change out the rear differential fluid on a 2017 Acura MDX. This information should be the same for 2014 to 2020 Acura MDXs. All right, here's the tools you're gonna need. Okay, what we need is oil catch pan. We need 3 quarts of fluid, rear differential fluid. So this is DPSF fluid, and we purchased this directly from an Acura dealership locally. And we also have an 18mm crush washer. So I normally only change out the drain. I don't really change out the fill plug washer because it's the fill plug is usually above the drain, above the fluid. I always just change out the bottom drain one, but it's up to you if you want to change out both or not. All right, we need 3 quarts. There. But all right. We need a fill hose as well. So we're going to use a funnel. Here we go. So we have a funnel right here. A little funnel hooked up to a hose. And we're going to use that to fill the fluid. It's 3/8 size. And we have 2 3-inch extensions. So that makes 6-inch. And we also have a knuckle. Not sure which ones we really need for this. But let's go ahead and see. We're going to lower the spare tire. You go up into your trunk, lift this, sorry for the mess again, not my car. Okay, so lower the spare tire, you remove this little rubber grommet right here. Just kind of pry around, there we go. It exposes that little square nut. And grab the black crowbar. I don't know what you really call this, a toe or a tire iron, and counterclockwise. So we'll go ahead and lower it a lot. The more or the lower you get it, the more room you'll have to undo to reach the fill port and drain port on the rear differential. Okay. And it's all the way on the ground. Let's go ahead and we'll place that there for now, temporarily. Okay, well that freed up some space for us. Go ahead and remove the tire. So we're going to move this spare tire out of the way completely. There we go. All right, I just moved that spare tire out of the way. Now we can have a lot of room. Put your oil catch pan under and undo the fill port first. Here is the fill plug right there. Do you see through the little hole through the subframe? And then the drain is right there. So what I like to do is I always like to undo the fill port first, because you want to make sure you're able to get fluid back in if you undo it. So I already removed the spare tire, and it's pretty easy now where we have a lot of clearance. There we go. Go ahead and loosen it. Oh, wow, they really held it on there. It might be the first time this has ever been done on this vehicle. Let's see if anything leaks out. Okay, so a little bit's coming out. So much fluid coming out of there. maybe we're on a slope, but let's go ahead and, this is the fill port. Clean it as much as you can. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reuse this for the fill port. So when we're sitting on a little slope right now in the garage, we didn't realize it's gonna be this sloped, but fluid should not be coming out of the fill port. So we're not really level right now, on level ground. What we're gonna do is we're gonna jack up the back of the vehicle in a bit and basically make sure that the car is pretty level before we fill, because you fill to the bottom of the drill, you fill to the bottom of the fill port. As the fluid is coming back out, that's when you know you need to put this back in. All right, we'll do that in a bit. Let's go ahead and we're gonna drain it now. All right. Let me give you guys a better look. All right. So the fill port is up there. Drain port is down there. Make sure you have your oil catch pan right underneath. There we go. And have a paper towel next to you so you can catch whatever fluid you need to catch. So we're just gonna go ahead and let it drain completely. Once it starts coming out or stops coming out of the drain port, we will put this bolt back in. So this is the 18mm bolt right here. So here's our drain plug. This is magnetic. So you want to make sure you wipe it really well. Get any metal shavings or anything off of it. Here's our new washer, 18mm. Perfect fit. All right, well, that's cleaned, ready to go back on there. Okay, the torque specs for this is 35 foot-pounds. I read conflicting torque specs. Acura recommends 35, but a lot of people say that's a little too much. We're gonna go ahead and do it at 32 foot-pounds then. So if it does leak and we notice a leak, we will go ahead and tighten it to 35. But let's go ahead and do it under rather than over. So here's the fluid, the old fluid. We're gonna move it to the side. Grab the torque wrench and we're gonna torque it. So here's our torque wrench. We're ready to set it up to 32 foot-pounds. I'm gonna put my little 3-inch extension on there so it gives a little bit of clearance. All right, do you hear that little clicking noise? When you hear that clicking noise, that's how much, when you've reached your setting. So that's 32 foot-pounds. Listen. That. So that means it's done. All right, so we're at 32 foot-pounds. Wipe, get your towel and wipe whatever fluids got anywhere. All right, time to fill the fluid. So we're gonna put this under here. And we're on a little bit of a slope, so I'm gonna use a jack and we're gonna jack up this vehicle so it's level. So what we did was we jacked this up a little bit and we put a level on there just to kind of give it a little bit of leveling. And now we're gonna fill it. We're gonna get our hose with 3 quarts of fluid and start filling. Okay, so we have 3 quarts of DPSF, rear wheel drive fluid. And we're using this hose with a funnel. So we're gonna make sure it's long enough, and I'm gonna crawl down there and see how much slack we need. And you want the hose to go into the fill port. And I'm facing it kind of upwards. See that? I'm facing it kind of upwards right there. All right, we're ready to start filling. Get a helper to pour the fluid into the funnel. All right, so you can see the fluid going in, moving through the clear hose. All right. So we have the funnel higher or above the rear differential, and we're just pouring the fluid in. Yeah, just waiting for it to go in. You can see the level right there. It's a small hose, so it's taking a little longer to fill. Okay. Thank you. All right, so you're gonna need at least 6" to reach through to the bolt. There we go. And torque it until you hear a click. All right, it's good. So you see that spare tire hanger? It's this thing right here. What you do is you slide this under. So you slide this under, and then this has to go through. Like that. There. Did you see how I pushed it through? You turn it sideways, you push it through, and now it's sitting sideways, like a T shape almost. And here's the bottom of it. There. So it's like a T shape and it won't fall out. All right, once you get that on there, go back into your vehicle and under this cover. All right, and to lift it up, you turn it clockwise. Okay. Don't forget to cover this. All right, that's covered. Put the tray back down. Close this tray. Done. So here's the spare tire. And it's back up there, secure. There. It doesn't shift. Make sure it doesn't shift. We're good to go. Rear differential is complete.